Hi, this is Max Verstappen, and you're listening to Speed City.
You're listening to Speed City F1 on SiriusXM.
Learned from that, and I've talked long enough to grab Andreas Seidl as he walks back to the McLaren motorhome. Andreas, we were just talking about Daniel's retirement. So firstly, what was the issue there?
Daniel reported that he lost the engine. I think we had an oil leak. In terms of details, we need to wait now until the car is back to understand what it is actually.
But it was a strong drive from him as well. That must have been really frustrating, given that he was on for points and you were on for double points.
Yeah, now, of course, mixed feelings, I would say, after this race. Obviously, a shame that we couldn't score the points with Daniel he deserved after a strong weekend. But on the positive side, I think it was good to see that he had such a strong weekend. It was good to see that we had good pace also today in these warm conditions on the low downforce track. Lando had a good race as well. That's positive. We still could score good points for the Constructors' Championship, more than our main competitor. So we take the positive with us, analyze everything that we have seen the last 3 weeks, and then try to come back even stronger in Singapore.
Is Singapore a track you think will suit you? Because, as you mentioned, we saw Daniel go very well here last year, but then still struggle at tracks after that. Are you hoping that this is a springboard for him and the team can be strong there too?
Yeah, I hope so. I'm looking forward to Singapore because when we look at similar tracks that we have been this year, like Monaco or Budapest, we actually were always in a position on one lap to even battle with the Mercedes cars. And also in the races, we always have been, I think, fourth strongest team. So we will not give up this battle for P4 in the Constructors' Championship. We expect to be stronger there as well again, and let's battle it out.
And just finally, a word on Lando, because we didn't really talk about it too much, but a solid race from him. I mean, how pleased have you been with his consistency, and how important could those points be come the end of the year?
No, very happy with how his race went, because it was not a straightforward race. He had the issue at the start, which you need to analyze, lost a lot of positions, and one of the pit stops wasn't that great today, which put him straight into traffic, losing positions. But he was always coming back. He kept it cool, which just shows how far he's already as a driver and how complete he also is, maximizing everything that was possible today from his side, and that was also very encouraging to see.
And I promised the last one, because I'm sure the guys want to go for a break and you want to get back into the motorhome, but the way the race finished, what was your kind of opinion on finishing behind the safety car? Do you think that's just going to have to be something we accept in Formula One, that races can end that way, or would you like to see regulations change so that we never have to finish without seeing a racing finish?
Well, we discussed that many months in many meetings between all teams and FIA Formula One after the, let's say, everything that happened last year in Abu Dhabi. We didn't come up with a better solution. We all agreed, let's keep it like it is. Therefore, let's not even go into the discussion anymore. You need to accept it can happen, which is not nice, but in the end, safety first all the time. Unfortunately, it took longer today to get Daniel's car off the track than expected, and that's why we have to accept that it ended like this.
Yeah, I think I agree with you on that one. So, Andreas, thank you very much for your time. See you in Singapore.